730 KXO. It is 7:33. It is a Thursday morning. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, George Gale.
You realize it's September 9th. September 11th is just the day after tomorrow.
It's just around the corner.
And do you feel old yet? It has been 20 years since 9/11.
Hard to believe.
It just comes, it creeps up on you, doesn't it?
Keeps coming at you faster and faster.
Yeah. The older you get, the less time you got.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I said, keeps coming at you faster and faster. You're not moving faster, but...
the time just keeps going by faster, doesn't it?
Yes, it certainly does.
And the kids just growing like weeds?
Yeah, all you got to do is you just throw a little extra water on them.
Remember my grandson, Ian?
Yeah.
He's 4 already.
Man.
He said be in pre-kindergarten.
One more year, huh? Then it's...
and then it's the real thing, yeah.
Yeah, kindergarten, here I come.
I guess the pre-kindergarten is a real thing now. And they call it TK. And I have no idea what that means, but it's a pre-kindergarten.
Really? I have not heard that. It's called
TK, yeah. And when they signed him up for TK, my daughter signed him up, they explained to her that this was real school, so he had to show up every day.
And, of course, they shared that with him, and he agreed. Is that right?
No, he did. He enjoys it. He enjoys it a lot.
Does he?
It's a surprise the heck out of everybody, but he's very social. They got him sitting with a bunch of girls, and he is definitely a ladies' man, though he will never admit that. And he just gets along better with the females than he does with the males. He's definitely a macho man. He's not anything like that, but he just gets along really good with the little girls. Got a bunch of them next door, and they're his best buddies.
I'll be darned.
But it just amazes me that the kid's already in school. He was just born the other day.
Yeah. Well. I hope he enjoys, TK.
He enjoys the heck out of TK. Finally, came home yesterday and actually told me what he did that day. Usually when he comes home, I ask him how was his school day, and he says it was fine. And I said, well, what'd you do? And he said, stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah. Stuff. Yesterday, apparently he got really happy with himself because they taught him how to spell his name.
Oh, cool.
Which in his case is not real difficult. There's only 3 letters. But anyway, he couldn't understand how come they had him spell his name and put a 4 next to it. But because he's 4 years old, but he didn't understand the logic behind that. But he enjoyed it. I was just finally happy that he actually mentioned something that he had done that day.
Yeah, well, that's a step in the right direction for sure.
More comfortable.
Yeah.
Got some birthdays. Why don't you get ready for some birthdays?
Yeah, let's get ready.
Here's a guy that you may recall. I know you're not real big on the big shots, but Topol, do you remember him?
No.
Topol's a single-named guy. He was in Fiddler on the Roof.
Well, I
was on the Broadway play, the musical, and he was in the movie.
Happy birthday, Topol.
He's still out there. He's 86 years old today. Inez Fox, I think we've all heard of her. She's 79. Dee Dee Sharp, everybody's heard of her. She's the mashed potato lady. She's 76. Guitarist John McPhee, he was a guitarist with the Doobie Brothers. He's 71. Tom Wopat, he was on TV. He's 70 years old today. I think it's Starsky and Hutch. I don't know which one he was. Musician, producer Dave Stewart with the Eurythmics. He's 69. Angela Cartwright, Danny Thomas show. She was the daughter. She was also on Lost in Space. And I think she does... voice work now. She's 69 years old. Hugh Grant, he's still around. He's 61. Constance Marie, she was on the George Lopez show. I think she was the wife. She is 56 today. Actor comedian Adam Sandler is 55. You got to have a special taste to enjoy Adam Sandler. Model Rachel Hunter. She was a model, but I remember her as being married to Rod Stewart. She is 52. Rod is much older.
Yeah.
And actor Eric Stonestreet, He was in Modern Family. He's 50 years old today. Henry Thomas. He was in E.T. Actually, I think he was one of the kids.
Wow.
50 years old now. You talk about time flying by. Michael Bublé. We all heard of Michael. He's 46 today.
From British Columbia.
Yeah, he is. And he sings like the I guess it's modern jazz that he sings. Michelle Williams broke back Mountain, and she was in Dawson's Creek. She's 41. And country singer Hunter Hayes, 30 years old today. Those are the big shots. We got a bunch of local people, too. You ready for them?
I saw the list. Yes, we better get ready.
They're coming up next.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Alejandra Flores Cordova, Cassie Pitones, Alicia Ayon, Alan Jess, Martin Bermudez Jr., Janet Martinez, Sarah Rolfe, Rodney Wolf, Rosemary Rosas, Pat Murch, Ronnie Salgado, Tilly Altamirano, Bobby Contreras, Dan Wilkinson, Yadira Salgado, David Mendoza, Jonathan Navarro, Patty Farrell, Lisa Cook, Daniel Tirado, Marco Garcia, Norma Abina, Patricia Romero, Steve Davis, Robert Contreras, Liz Zermino, Leandra Butcher, and Lydia Ornelas. Lydia's all of 20 years old today. Happy birthday to each and every one. And that's your birthday list. We're going to jump right into the news. World and California news brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News Brief. President Biden is set to announce stricter COVID rules for government workers and contractors with mandatory vaccinations and no testing opt-out. Correspondent Nancy Cordes with more on Mr. Biden's announcement.
A source familiar with the strategy tells CBS News that the president will provide an update on booster shots today.
Dozens of people, including Americans, left Kabul airport in Afghanistan today for Doha, Qatar. CBS's Margaret Brennan.
The Taliban has agreed to permit 200 people, Americans and other foreigners, to leave out of Kabul airport, a U.S. official confirmed to CBS News.
It's the first large-scale evacuation since U.S. troop withdrawal. A 2020 presidential candidate reveals she's being treated for stage 1 breast cancer.
Vote for decency.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar says she's had a lumpectomy and radiation after delaying a mammogram during the pandemic. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. President Biden today outlining his plans to further combat coronavirus. The plan to roll out booster shots later this month, drawing some criticism from medical experts. Manhattan Beach Dr. Darian Sutton saying only those who really need it should get it.
Vaccines do not create resistant viruses. Transmission does. So our goal is always to decrease transmission as much as possible.
The World Health Organization calling for the extension of a moratorium on COVID boosters until the end of the year. Opening statements Wednesday in San Jose in the trial of Elizabeth Holmes, accused of misleading investors, claiming she'd invented a device that could simplify blood testing. The defense claiming she simply made mistakes.
Jurors were leaning in much more heavily during the opening statements in the morning from the government than they were during the defense. But still, there's so much that can happen. And we know Elizabeth Holmes will testify very likely in this trial.
Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis, California Independent System Operator, extending the statewide flex alert another day between 4 and 9, asking you to conserve. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Locke Air Conditioning. For your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Locke Air Conditioning today at 760-353-4501.
In the classrooms we've prepared.
With the students we teach and care for. Shoulder to shoulder with the parents we partner with. Across the communities we cherish.
A new school year begins.
We are ready to teach. We are ready to teach. And excited to help all students succeed.
From our classrooms to the playing fields, our number one priority is student safety.
We're following all CDC guidelines and making sure that everyone is wearing masks.
We are determined.
We are determined to keep everyone safe and make every school in every neighborhood a special place to learn.
That's why the California Teachers Association wants to thank parents and families in every community for your dedication, hard work, and commitment to learning. Because we know quality public schools make a better California for all of us.
Paid for by the California Teachers Association.
And it's page one of the local news, brought to you by Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with two locations in the valley, in Brawley at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and in El Centro on Imperial Avenue, right next to Food for Less. With page one of the local news, here's Gene Brister.
Two previously convicted sex offenders were arrested. George Gale filed this story.
They were arrested in separate incidents. The first incident came after Border Patrol agents working out of the Indio station found an undocumented individual. He was transported to the El Centro station for processing. Records check revealed the man was a 24-year-old.
California headline news.
50%. Not yet. He was convicted of oral copulation with a minor and was a registered sex offender. He had been ordered removed from the U.S. by an immigration judge. Second incident occurred after agents working out of the Kxo station found an undocumented individual about 200 feet north of the border. He was taken to the El Centro station for processing. Records check there revealed that he was a 32-year-old Mexican national who had been convicted of sexual exploitation of a minor, possession of child pornography, and was a registered sex offender. He had been deported back to Mexico as well. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
In other local news, the Imperial Valley College is to host a memorial ceremony for 9/11. It's being held Friday morning. The ceremony will be held at the main entrance of IVC. Beginning at 8:15 a.m. on Friday morning. The public is encouraged to join Imperial Valley College students, faculty, and staff as they remember the lives that were lost 20 years ago on September the 11th, 2001. KXO News Time is 7:46.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro suggest the works. The works, including tire rotation and pressure check, brake inspection, fluid top-off, battery test, filter check, belts and hoses check, and synthetic blend oil change with up to 6 quarts of Motorcraft oil plus oil filter. You can't beat the works. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in Brawley and El Centro, ready to serve.
The Border Patrol had 2 rescue instances earlier this week, actually over this past weekend. George Gale explains.
Several people were rescued in 2 separate incidents. The first on Saturday evening, Border Patrol agents working the Hucumba Wilderness region found 3 undocumented individuals who told the agents there was a 55-year-old woman who could not keep up with the group. Borstar team was called in to search for the woman. She was found just before 7 that evening. After all 4 individuals were transported to El Centro, the second incident incident occurred at around 10:30 Sunday night. El Centro Sector Border Patrol agent, or the station, was called by the Boulevard station. They reported a group of undocumented individuals were apparently lost in the mountains near Ocotillo. Agents working the field were notified at around 4 a.m. Monday morning. The agents found the group of 6 undocumented individuals about 2 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border. 6 were all adult males. One of the individuals appeared to be dehydrated and in need of further medical attention. EMS was called in, transported the individual to a hospital for treatment, where he made a complete recovery. The other 5 were transported to the El Centro station for processing. All 6 were from Mexico. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in El Centro on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less, and in Brawley on Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
At Burgers and Beer, we want you to be happy, live happy, work happy. Most of all, we want you to celebrate whatever makes you happy at Burgers and Beer. Bring your friends, bring your family, and let's make time for a good time. All the drinks, all the food, and great service too. Everything you need is right here at Burgers and Beer. Burgers and Beer, the best burgers in town.
It is time for Page 2 of the local news, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for your health, life, auto, or home insurance needs. With Page 2, here again is Gene.
Continuing with more local news, a documented gang member was arrested over the weekend. Here's more on that story.
The 29-year-old man had apparently entered the U.S. illegally. Border Patrol agents encountered the man about a mile north of the international border, about 6 miles east of Calexico. He was taken to the El Centro station for processing. During a records check, it was revealed the man was a Mexican national identified as Jose Flores Cervantes, a documented member of a street gang in Santa Rosa, California. They also found he had an active warrant for contempt of court. Agents said the man was being processed accordingly. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro Regional Medical Center will sponsor a blood drive that will be held this week. Appointments are being accepted. The drive will be held today and tomorrow in conference rooms 1 and 2 at 1271 Ross Avenue in El Centro from 10 a.m. this morning till 3 p.m. this afternoon. To make an appointment, call 1-800-879-4484. And in other local news, a vehicle crashes down an embankment. Here's more on that story.
It happened just before 8 Wednesday morning. California Highway Patrol says a Honda Accord was traveling east on Interstate 8 when the vehicle went out of control and down a 50-foot embankment near Jacumba. CHP says there were no injuries in the incident. The cause is still under investigation. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
It's nice to explore your options when it comes to buying insurance, no matter what you're looking for. David H. West Insurance Services offers it all. And being an independent broker, we have many companies to choose from. We continue providing Medicare, life, and health plans, and now offer auto, home, and commercial insurance. David H. West Insurance Services can find the right insurance to fit your needs and budget. And best of all, a staff who cares about you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call David H. West Insurance Services at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411 for a free insurance review. That's 352-3411.
Here's George Gale with the weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 106 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 83. National Weather Service says we can expect mostly sunny skies today. Highs right near 109. Heat index values as high as 113. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 83. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny skies, highs right near 108. South to southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And right now we are looking at 82 degrees, 74% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is still good throughout the region. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplement coverage.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns. And that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
Yeah, we've got Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NFL gets underway today, and you'll hear it right here on 1230 KXO. Cowboys taking on the Buccaneers. That's at about 5:20 this afternoon or this evening. That's kickoff time. Sunday football on AM 1230 will be the Bears and the Rams. That game will be aired at 4:30 p.m. on AM 1230. Monday is Monday Night Football, of course, at 4:45 p.m. Raiders taking on the Ravens. You'll hear that one on FM 107.5, the Raiders station for the Imperial Valley. High school football on KXO. We got some of that. Mickey Dale and George Grijalva will bring you the Imperial Tigers hosting the Valley Center Jaguars Friday night. You can listen to that game live on AM 1230 and on the internet at KXOradio.com. Saturday, that's right, we have Saturday high school football. John Dripple and Jared Anchando will bring you the Southwest Eagles and the Kofa Kings game on AM 1230 on Saturday. You'll hear that one on the on KXO AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel. Pre-game starts at 6:45 p.m. on Saturday.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneers' services, visit pmhd.org today.
And on the Major League Baseball scoreboard, the Padres held on and beat the Angels 8-5. Mariners over the Astros 8-5. Giants keep on rolling. They beat the Rockies again 7-4. Rangers over the Diamondbacks 8-5. Twins beat Cleveland, shut them out 3-0. Tigers over the Pirates 5-1. It was the Marlins over the Mets in 10 innings 2-1. The Orioles beat the Royals 9-8. Blue Jays got by the Yankees 6-3. Red Sox over the Rays 2-1. Nationals defeated the Braves 4-2. Reds and the Cubs went 10 innings. Cubs won that one 4-1. Brewers beat the Phillies 4-3. Dodgers lost. Cardinals beat them 5-4. And the Athletics defeated the White Sox 5-1. And in tennis at the U.S. Open, Novak Djokovic rolls on into the U.S. Open semifinals. He beat Matteo Berrettini as he nears a calendar year Grand Slam. That's it. That's a look at sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, Public service announcements on the KXO info line or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And your financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. Wall Street's main indexes opened nearly flat on Thursday this morning after data showed weekly jobless claims fell to a near 18-month low. Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 17.99 points or 0.05% at the open to 35,013.08. S&P 500 opened lower by 1.05 points or 0.02% at 4513.02, while the NASDAQ composite gained 9.43 points or 0.06% to 15,296.06 at the opening bell.
Southwest Security Company is a locally owned security company protecting your property or your business and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Plus, they added Southwest Postal with post office boxes you can access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. They're conveniently located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something notarized, they can do that too. You can count on Southwest Security and Southwest Postal for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
And it's going to be sunny and hot today. Highs right near 109. Heat index values as high as 113. Southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. High temperature yesterday, 106. Overnight low this morning, 83. Financial news and weather has been brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. Coming up on 8 o'clock, we got CBS News at the top of the hour.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
CBS News on the Hour. Best.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Biden stepping up COVID-19 vaccine requirements for federal workers and contractors who work for the government. White House correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
The order is aimed at strengthening the mandate the president imposed earlier this summer on federal workers and contractors. Sources say going forward, agency employees won't have the option of taking regular COVID tests to skirt the mandate. The universe of people affected by the order is in the low millions. The White House is hoping it will be a model for the private sector.
And later today, Mr. Biden outlines a new pandemic strategy. It's expected the Los Angeles School Board will approve a plan that requires students 12 and older to get vaccinated in order to attend in-person classes. Board member Tanya Ortiz-Franklin says it's an important step.
By the start of spring semester, every student 12 and up who is eligible and doesn't have an exemption will have received the vaccine. Ideally from LA Unified, we'll be providing it.
But it's expected to trigger a lawsuit from opponents. CBS's Margaret Brennan has the latest on a breakthrough in Afghanistan in a bid to get people out of there for the first time since U.S. troops wrapped up their pullout.
The Taliban has agreed to permit 200 people, Americans and other foreigners, to leave out of Kabul airport, a U.S. official confirmed to CBS News. The official said that the U.S. is pressing the Taliban to continue to release more this week.
Now to Iceland. Correspondent Ben Tracy is there with scientists who are trying to capture carbon dioxide.
Here in Iceland, history is about to be made. The world's first large-scale attempt to directly capture carbon dioxide and bury it underground.
These are the collector containers. So that's exactly where the air comes in.
Julie Gonsalves is an executive with the Swiss company Climeworks. Today, it will start operating 96 fans powered by a nearby geothermal plant.
The government says 310,000 people filed claims for unemployment benefits last week. That's a pandemic low. Mark Hamrick of Bankrate.com.
We should mention that there was a surge of more than 7,000 claims to more than 9,000 in Louisiana, which of course was slammed by Hurricane Ida.
Ida also impacted Gulf Coast refineries. About 70% of oil and gas production remained shut down. Industry analyst Phil Flynn says that will likely mean higher prices for all of us.
We need to see progress in the next couple of days, or it could mean, another 10 to 15 cents higher a gallon at the pump very shortly.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 98 points. This is CBS News.
Today, better nutrition and great taste are more important than ever. That's why Eggland's Best gives you and your family more. And that's healthy news for everyone. Only Eggland's Best.
A new season is the perfect time to change up your look. And luckily, 21 Days of Beauty is happening now at Ulta Beauty. Snag daily beauty steals of 50% off the must-haves from brands like IT Cosmetics and Benefit. And discover new Gotta Have It launches from brands like Jacqueline Cosmetics and Tula. Experience the thrill of finding new faves during beauty's biggest event. But hurry, this event ends September 18th. Shop in-store, online, or try curbside pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Vaccines are not enough, and accurate thermometers are essential for everyone. COVID is once again a major concern, and fever is the key symptom for both the flu and COVID. An accurate thermometer, like the Exergen temporal scanner, is essential to detect fevers early and reliably. Studies have shown that non-contact thermometers are ineffective and therefore dangerous, as they create a false sense of security. Exergen is working with a single focus to ensure that everyone who needs an accurate thermometer can purchase one. Learn more at Exergen.com.
We say farewell to a veteran character actor.
Michael Constantine won an Emmy playing grumpy school principal Seymour Kaufman in ABC's Room 222.
Geniuses downtown. They think they can just send over the desks and we can shove them in the rooms with a kid attached to each one.
30 years later, he pushed a cleaning spray as cure-all as family patriarch Gus Portocalos in the hit movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Put some Windex on.
Gus, please.
Voila, this works.
His agent says Constantine died of natural causes at his home in Reading, Pennsylvania. He was 94. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Terry Brennan has died at 93. He was a star halfback on 3 unbeaten Notre Dame football teams, then went on to become head coach of the Irish. In 1957, his team stopped Oklahoma's record 47-game winning streak. Steve Kafen, CBS News.
Oil drilling investments involve a high degree of risk and are only suitable for SEC-accredited investors. Attention high net worth investors. Oil and gas investments have always been an ideal tax advantage and have been a way to invest and take a 100% write-off. The new administration is threatening to take this away. Take advantage now before it's too late. Invest in domestic oil drilling for a full tax credit this year. When you invest in oil, you get a 100% tax write-off. The pent-up demand from the pandemic has created the perfect storm for oil prices to soar. Support domestic U.S. oil and natural gas drilling and make your patriotic investment to get a complete 100% tax deduction write-off. If you are liquid for a $100,000 investment, call Encore Energy at 800-287-6691. That's 800-287-6691. 800-287-6691. That's 800-287-6691.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 56 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
You've got your share.
I'm sexy and I know it.
The best oldies on the radio.
12:30.